opened like worse, right?
Yeah, he did.
So he was over computers, and I was over in digital imaging. So departments were right next to each other whenever it was still like that.
Oh, hey, everybody, we're talking about our old Best Buy days.
But yeah, so I'm over there doing my thing, and I'd been working my ass off, and he comes over there and he's like, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean, and you got to go do that. I'm like,
he's the laziest son of a bitch.
And I was like, shut up, dude.
Like, go fucking clean your rims, you piece of shit.
So like,
take the Soul Glow.
He kept messing with me, and I was like,
old Jules looking ass.
I was like, what's your problem, man? And so he kept on, and finally I was like, let's go walk your fucking department. I started taking my finger and wiping down those computers, right? God. And so he's yelling at me in the fucking store, and I was like, I can't deal with this.
While y'all are open with customers?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he's fucking yelling. So I go up to the front, and I go up, and I can't remember what this manager's name was. I found out later that he ended up having he was a young guy, but he was so stressed out all the time. He ended up having a heart attack, and supposedly it was because of the stress.
The Best Buy stress?
Yeah, like he was just like stressed out all the fucking time. But anyways, I go to him, I was like, hey, this is what's going on. He's like, just go in the break room, chill out for a second. I was like, cool. Went in the break room, that motherfucker follows me in there and starts yelling and starts going off. And I was just like, the fuck? So I walk out, and I was like, I looked at one of the other managers that was there, and I was like, I cannot work with this. And they looked at me and said, you know where the door is.
Shut up.
Swear to God. Oh yeah, swear to God. And so I was just like, fuck you, flipped both of them off, walked out the door.
You're not cool. Fuck you.
That was literally like I in the middle of the fucking store, I'm like, fuck you, and I just middle finger walked out the door. Dude. And that was it, man.
Oh my
Never
God.
looked back.
What year was that?
That was 08.
It had to have been close to 08.
Yeah.
Y'all were there that long?
I was there until early 08.
07 maybe?
I was working at T-Mobile at the same time.
Because I started at 2003 and worked up to...
Yeah.
Like my ex worked over there with me, and I think the guy she was dating, the new guy she was dating, worked in computers. And I think he got me fired. The guy she was the guy she was dating after.
It wasn't the shitty shit that you were doing. Like,
you stole her.
I didn't.
You were the sneaky link.
No,
the Best Buy.
Oh man. So so I got her this job, and then she started dating another guy over there. And
it was a white dude, right?
It was a white dude.
Yeah, that's why.
All love, by the way, no disrespect. But I got fired. Derek and the other goofy looking motherfucker fired me. And I was like, okay, that's.
You're not narrowing it down.
One of them was Derek.
Kevin, not me. Remember the manager Kevin with the big glasses? He was like Jewish fro, big glasses.
Yeah.
I don't.
He was like 6'5".
I don't.
He was a manager of media for a long time, dude. He's the one that hired me actually. And Brett the Rock.
Oh, I remember Brett. Yeah. And Josh
Wolf.
Josh Wolf.
So no bullshit. I'm from that little small tiny town out west.
Yeah.
So he's from Windthorst, and that's a team that I played in high school, and we knew each other because he knocked the shit out of me in a game one time. He recognized my name when I was there.
No shit.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm your boss now." Well, that's fucking great.
Those are great times. I think some of the best, and it's always funny. And hey everybody, welcome to the Funky Panther. We're coming at you live from Fort Worth, Texas, straight out of the DF Dub. We're Fort Worth here. We don't fuck around. Ain't no Dallas, nothing about it. But Chad's not here, obviously. You can tell. Got this big, gorgeous specimen here.
The more attractive Chad.
This is better Chad. Mexican Chad. El Chad.
I just found out actually I'm Cherokee and Choctaw.
Hell yeah, money.
I know, right?
Oh!
And that's on my
Hello.
website.
And welcome to the Funky Panther.
This is a Funky Panther, from Fort Worth, Texas. We got a great show for you. So stay tuned, relax, grab yourself a drink. We're drinking Monster, and enjoy yourself. And have some of this. Wash your face with this Saratoga water. So
Spicy.
Chill out, make yourself comfy, and enjoy the show. I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
I'm Kevin.
And we are the Funky Panther.
Fill in.
I just wanted to do something different, Chad. I think whenever Chad's not here, I need to do something different.
That whole thing is I wanted to jump into hello and welcome to Movie Phone, brought to you by the Dallas Observer and
106.1 Kiss FM.
If you know the movie you'd like to see, press 1. You know that?
I thought that was the coolest technology ever.
Seinfeld, there was an episode of Kramer. It was his number on accident. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't watch. I've never watched Seinfeld. Really?
What?
I go through once a year. I go through that.
I'm with that with a couple shows. I'm with that with. I'm like that with Band of Brothers, The Pacific, and Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is fire.
Yeah.
Lance is all about our buddy Lance is about
Gilmore Girls.
no Seinfeld, man. That's his shit.
I own every DVD, and then when I finally finished collecting them, they were on Netflix. Like that.
Seriously?
Yes, dude. I was so pissed.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you. I think it's better to have the physical media at this point because here's a shitty part about all this digital media shit. So you can go on to Amazon, buy the fucking movie, right?
Right.
The problem that you're going to run into is if they stop carrying that
Streaming
movie,
it?
yeah, you paid for it, but you don't get to keep it.
Like Dogma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
It's coming back. Yeah, dude. It's been gone for 10 years.
Well, Winehouse,
It was Winehouse.
he owned the rights or whatever.
He was holding it for Kevin Smith. They went through this big old thing, and it's coming back to the movie theater next month.
25th anniversary.
And they're talking about doing the
Kick
Dogma too.
ass.
Yeah. A lot of sequels have been announced.
Because Jesus comes back. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you knew that.
No.
Oh, speaking of that, they're doing part 2. What's the Jesus movie Mel Gibson did?
Passion.
He's
Passion of the Christ?
He's doing Passion Part 2. Like he's filming that. Like we don't. Yeah.
What's it going to be about?
The rapture, I'm sure.
No.
Jesus
What's going
comes
on
back.
right now?
He comes back. I don't know.
Jesus comes back and he's pissed.
He's got
He's got guns.
No comment. Okay.
That's a whole. That's
another episode of Funky Panther.
There is. I am curious if they have the Puerto Rican Day episode on stream because I heard it wasn't on streaming. I know it's on the DVD.
I'll look tonight.
Puerto Rican. What?
Puerto Rican Day episode.
It's the day. It's the episode that right before the finale. It's like the fill-in. They filmed that after they filmed the finale because they needed an episode. And it's the worst episode. It's
like
boring.
He burns like the Puerto Rican flag and
on accident.
Yeah.
There's a Puerto Rican parade that they have every year in New York.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in the traffic. And then Kramer goes and finds a bathroom, and it's a whole shit show, man.
I mean, I like episodes like that where it just everything happens and it's not purposefully happening, but it
that's the whole
looks like
that's the whole show.
I know, yeah.
It's made for it's made for that. I think it was perfect.
I think the best episode on we're Seinfeld talk. The best episode, in my opinion, is the whole when Jerry gets the pin, the
pin that rides
astronaut pin,
upside down.
and it's that whole ordeal.
Take the pin.
Never seen.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it.
There's scenarios in my life that happen with my wife all the time. I'm like, there's an episode of Seinfeld about that, and she'll be like, "Shut up, I'll put it on right now."
So it's been a minute since we had Kevin on the show.
2020. I was episode 13.
Yeah, he was early on.
The picture I used for the post on Instagram was the episode.
Yep.
So I want to catch up on. Let's catch up a little bit with Kevin. So Kevin,
yes.
It's been a few years, man. What you been up to?
Well, let's see. That was.
And that's all the time we have.
Okay, that was. Let's see. Ever since then, I got married. I have another daughter.
Yeah.
8 more tattoos, quadruple bypass.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No shit. I'm just living, cutting people up.
Yeah, I mean, you had
that's why I'm here,
dude. You got cut up yourself with that quadruple bypass.
I did.
And talk about lucky. That's
yeah. Well, full circle. I was telling y'all about Abel earlier. He actually saved my life because we were at a gig. He was telling me that I couldn't breathe. I wasn't breathing right.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You need to go to the hospital."
Bro, you look like shit.
Yeah. And he was like, "You're not breathing right, blah, blah." So I went, and 15 days later, I came out. The doctor was like, he gave me a stress test, and he was like, "If I can't, what did he say? I can't actually let you leave the hospital because you're 48 hours away from a massive coronary." And I was like,
man.
"Dude, I'm 40 years old. What the fuck are you talking about?" Yeah.
Dude, another one of my buddies, his name's Aaron Marquez, man, and he had same thing. He was pretty young. He wasn't quite 40 yet. I think he was in his like mid 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Same type of deal, man. And he was healthy, dude. He was a firefighter and never had any real issues. And then one day he just
Yeah, it's that men with heart disease, man.
Yeah.
And what sucks is I didn't know I had it, and I called my dad to tell him about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we all have heart disease." And I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me this? I could have been taking bare aspirin my whole life,
You've
dude."
been doing that,
Like,
some
holy shit.
preventatives, man.
Yeah, maybe
going
not
and
drink so fucking much. Like,
God, yeah.
The Rangers won the World Series. That's the best thing that happened.
That is,
since,
yeah.
You got Chuck Morgan's autograph?
I have Eric Nadel.
Oh yeah, Eric Nadel. Yeah.
That's the box score.
That's
the last
so fucking
game.
cool.
So
I
we're gonna
love
get
that.
it. We're gonna actually I've got a segment. We're gonna get into that
Okay.
here later about the Rangers World Series, all the stuff that's happened in
my
an
identity.
opening day. Because
We'll be here all night.
Yeah,
Can
we'll
I
be here all
ask you
night.
something
Whatever.
while we're on Ranger Talk?
Yes.
Why do they want to have the goddamn home opener on Thursdays? Why can't it be like on a Saturday where I can go?
Because now the MLB has the games like in Mexico City or Japan or something that are opening day for those teams. So they have to do those. And then they have to get it approved by the league. Then they have to get it approved by the city. And the city that blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Dude, I don't have the luxury to like. I've never been to a home opener for the Rangers.
Y'all miss my parties, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
I've done a home opener for
Cowboys.
and yeah.
But it's not the same. Opening day for any other sport is not the
different.
same.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you real quick because we're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're going to get into that.
So let's go back to what we were talking about. We all know each other from working at Best Buy.
Yes.
We were there about over 20 years ago is whenever I started. I started in 04.
02.
I was 03.
234, my store.
That's right. Woo! That's right. Woo! And we, still, they say that, I always like saying that, man, I wish I'd go back in time and re-experience that. And it's not the work, because the customers were fucking shit. They're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
It's the people we met along
I've talked
the way.
about this. If I could get paid what I get paid right now to go work at Best Buy, I would do it.
Oh, yeah.
I would do it. It's kind of, no offense to anybody who's working at Best Buy, but it's kind of mindless. Like, you just go in there, like, especially like looking back at like what I do now, right, for a living, and I'm sure you kind of think the same thing. Like,
it's
you
less
could just
work.
Yeah, you could just go there and just like not turn off the brain and be like, yeah, you want this,
Yeah.
you want this washer, man.
Yeah, that's what I did. I sold appliances. That was my thing. I sold appliances, man. Yeah. Yeah, I could hook
Get you
them
set
up
up with
and
this, you know.
wash clothes.
Yeah.
We were there when the refrigerators started coming out with the screens on them. Remember that shit? And you could play music and do all that shit on them.
Somebody puts Pornhub on there.
Yeah, they did, right. That's right. Oh, shit. It was y'all. It was you and Anthony.
Me and Anthony, dude. I swear to Christ, like everywhere chaos followed where Anthony was.
It was always them, man.
Yeah, Anthony would always call like LP and have somebody steal shit from media or whatever.
You were the scapegoat.
But man, yeah, every time, like even whenever me and Anthony worked at Best Buy, like one of our friends was an assistant manager there, and she knew, so we went to school together, and she's like, so Anthony's going to get transferred here. I need to know right now if you're going to work. If y'all are going to work, if he's going to come over here, his numbers are great. But I need to know if you're going to be on your A game.
Who was this?
Define
Norma.
Oh yeah.
And
I forgot she was there.
Yeah, she was. Norma Mendez. Oh, I don't think you. No.
I left in 05.
Oh, but this is T-Mobile. This is T-Mobile.
Oh, okay.
And like he's like, I need to know right now if it's going to be a problem. I was like, why? Why would it be a problem? And she just looks at me because she knows.
I forgot she worked at T-Mobile as well.
And
That's funny.
And so I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. And it ended up like it was fantastic. So those are the best memories.
They're cool, man.
Yeah,
we had good parties and stuff, man.
Dude, my first month at Best Buy was
it my Halloween party?
Yes,
oh, dude.
at Lockheed.
Imagine that at opening day. Those were my parties, bro.
Man.
So what's funny is like places like that. And if nobody's ever worked retail, man, retail's one of those places where you'll go in there and you'll be a 16-year-old and your best friend's like a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
You know,
Bill Pole.
Bill Pole.
My dude.
Bill fucking
My
Pole.
dude. I hope he's watching, man.
Bill Pole.
He
man.
needs to. I haven't. Well, my girlfriend adores Bill Pole.
Yeah.
And so Bill got her like her first like vinyl, her first like record set and all this cool shit. And
Yeah.
every time I hear the song "Lips of an Angel" by Hinder, I always think of Bill because he was always like. Lips of an angel, more like dick of a sailor. And he always had those quick quips, and he was just so fun to talk.
Dude, and a killer guitar player, man.
He's a bad motherfucker. You know his Underground Railroad stuff.
Yep.
So they toured Germany for a long time in the 90s, man.
Dude, his prog rock stuff, man. He was.
You remember when he had that long hair?
I do.
Okay, I love you, Bill. I swear, I used to think he looked like Knuckles from Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Every time I saw him, I would think that, dude, it's so wrong, but I'm glad he cut his hair.
This is going to be, me too. But this is going to be, I like whenever we put these clips from the show onto AI, it chops up like the best clips. And this is going to be one of them. It's going to be like, listen, as we talk about working at Best Buy, it's going to have the details.
He looks like Knuckles. That's funny.
But those were, I mean, we, of course, we've known each other for a long time, and it's a really good thing that we still know each other now to this day.
I remember running into you and Eddie over at what's it called over at RAR, and I walked up because I don't think you remembered me at first.
At first, I didn't.
No, because I walked up and I was like, "Dude, I worked with you at Best Buy." Like both of y'all, him and Eddie, and I recognized both of y'all just like that.
We were probably like 10 ugly pugs deep because we knew the owners and shit. So I was like, "You're the guy from that thing that I know." Yeah. Okay.
Even Francisco too. He recently started. With him.
He popped up. Yeah,
he's a good photographer, man. Have you ever seen this shit? And his daughter can illustrate, draw like. Okay, this is wrong, but you know how like sometimes an autistic dude can like photocopy draw through his mind?
Yeah.
His daughter's badass, dude. Like she can draw real good. It's crazy, man. She's artistic as hell.
Yeah, I ran into him.
What?
I ran into him and I was like, I was looking at him. I'm like, dude, I know you from somewhere. And I'm asking because then he ended up working at like Domino's, I think, or something.
He still does.
He still does.
But when you saw him, was he shaved? His shaved head? Because he does that now. And
no,
like, I have to stare at him.
It was pre-shaved. Pre-shaved.
Well, whenever I saw him like 3 months ago at the shop because I worked on his car and he had hair. Yeah. Did he shave his head already? He
now and then. You worked on his 4-door standard VW. Yeah. Every time I see it, I'm like, you got a VW standard 4-door car?
Yeah, I was going, but I see him and I'm like, dude, I know you from somewhere. And I'm asking him, like, did you work at this place? And he's like, no, I work at Domino's. And I'm like, I see that because I'm at Domino's, right? But and I was like, did you work at Best Buy? And he's like, yeah. And then it just clicked, It's one of those things. Yeah. It's weird.
So in the group chat, I'm calling it now, Dodgers Rangers. I feel like that's a good.
That'd be a good
series.
That'd be okay. Otani's.
That'd be fun.
Got a big Oriental dick.
Yeah, dude, that guy.
Have you ever heard him hit? I was at the All-Star game, and when he hit the ball, I could hear the crack in the outfield with the place packed.
Dude,
over the roar.
That guy's a fucking brick house.
It's ridiculous.
He's like solid. Like I've never seen if there were many of him, they would have won World War II.
Probably.
Like that guy is a beefy motherfucker.
He's just tall as shit.
Yeah.
He's a fucking beast, dude.
And he's a terrible gambler. He's a ridiculous.
I thought
gambler.
that was his handler. Was it? Oink oink oink.
Sure.
If he gets a tornado bat, we're all fucked, man. Or, what is it? Twister bat? What do they call it? Tornado bat?
Oh my god.
That new one. That's
Dolly's getting one tomorrow. So.
You think so?
No, he ordered it. Him and Berger and Peterson ordered one.
No shit.
So, yeah. Peterson said he's going to use it, and the other two are going to practice with it.
I think it's going to change. I think that bat's going to change the game completely.
They're legal.
Yeah.
They're completely legal.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yes.
So back on track.
Yeah, we're here for a reason.
Yeah. So Kevin, we know that you don't work at Best Buy anymore, and
for the discount, I wish I could go back.
Tony Lee! Shut up, Tony Lee!
Tony Lee still fucking works
Shut the fuck up.
every Sunday. He's a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
He's a certified mechanic, and he still works at Best Buy for the fucking.
I didn't know he's a fucking doctor.
Yes, sir.
No shit.
Yeah.
I knew he was a mechanic.
That's a legendary schedule.
How smart do you have to be a full-blown mechanic that taught himself and a PC doctor? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Dude, that's wild.
He was working at Toyota Fort Worth while he was doing all that.
Yeah. Insane. Asians in math, man.
That's right.
Wild, man. All right. So we know that you don't work at Best Buy anymore, and you actually hit me up because this month is something special for the organization or just in general that you work for. So I want you to tell the people, what exactly do you do?
Okay, so I work for tissue right now. So basically what I do is tissue procurement, which is a nice way of saying I cut up dead people for donation.
Okay.
So what I do is the tissue part. So there's an organ side and a tissue side.
Right. So
what I do is I take corneas, skin, your structure bones, sometimes your rib cartilage, your heart, 6 or 7 tendons in your legs and arms, skin grafts, stuff like that. And those are for donation. The other part is organ, which is a surgeon takes those because they're alive. And those are the ones that are donated, right away.
Right.
So that's what I'm in right now.
Okay.
Well, not right now. It's been almost 10 years. And this is National Donation Month. It's not a day. It's a whole month.
It's a whole month.
Yeah.
All right.
Every April.
So I'm I've got
questions.
Some common myths that I want to bust.
I will, if I can bust them, I'll bust them. If not, I'll call the Walrus guy from MythBusters.
So I'm gonna start with the first one here.
Yeah. Okay.
So healthcare professionals are more likely to let you die if you're an organ donor.
That is actually unfortunately true because most hospitals do not want to work with. I'm dead serious. It's like it's a love-hate relationship, and it's either they love donation or they don't. And if they don't, it's not that they'll let you die. It's they will prolong the process of letting the organ team get in there when they're supposed to.
No, I'm talking about but I'm talking about in general. Like if I go in, if I go into the hospital right now and I'm like sick, I've got some shit going on. Okay. Are they going to let me just die because I'm an organ donor?
Oh no, no.
That's what that's what I'm asking. I was like, what?
I was like,
crossed
you
up,
fucking liar.
No, they will do their best if they know you're an organ donor, but most of the time the reason is because if you're alive, and they know you're going to pass, which is 99% of the time, they will keep your organs on the machine ready to go. Right. So yes and no.
Okay, yeah, I got you. So if I need medical help, they're going to do everything they can to try to save me.
Absolutely.
But I'm like 99% going to die.
Okay.
They're going to try to keep my organs alive, and then probably have the conversation with family if there's family or whatever, and say, hey, he's going to pass, but he's an organ donor. This is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that one's busted. Got it. All right. Okay. You can't have an open casket funeral if you're an organ donor.
That is up to the family because there's actually strategically places that we cut. Let's say for a woman, we won't cut the arms because we take the humerus.
Yeah.
Because we don't know the funeral arrangements, what they're going to dress, what they're going to have on. So we normally just don't do that. And even in the other states that I've worked in, it's the same thing everywhere. So it's up to the family. And,
all right.
If there's normally a cremation, normally there's not a viewing. So,
right. Yeah. So then so you get cremated and you can take all your stuff.
Yeah. But it's 99% up to the family.
Is it still
next of kin, huh?
Is it still a conversation you would, even if they don't have it, like if they're a donor and they don't have it in like their will and the family doesn't know, that you still have that conversation with them?
There's a whole department that talks to the family and stuff. And yes, there are actually more than normal because one of my statistics I was going to talk to you about, there's 44% of adults that are not donor registered. So if you're not registered or not, we have to talk to your family, but they have to try to convince the family right after death, hey, we need this from them. So yes, that is a conversation that happens all the time, more than you would think. Yeah. It's hard to do.
What about only young and healthy people can be donors?
No, that's not true. Because most of the time there are what we call rule outs. So like during COVID, if it was like anything respiratory related, automatic, just no. But you can donate just skin. As long as you're not jaundice, you can donate just skin and corneas. As long as you don't have cataracts, you can, there are limits to what you can donate. Sure. And it also depends on how fucked up you are, like can I describe?
Yeah.
The first donor I ever did when I was watching, this guy drowned. And I'm not trying to be vulgar, but this is the truth that freaked me out because his junk, like the shaft, it was this round because he drowned. He was in the water for like 4 hours, and it was that big, and his balls were this, like I could grab him like this, like boobs, and he was yellow. Yeah, and then so when you drown, the water goes all through your body. So when they cut him open, water just
poured out.
Boom, yeah,
that's wild.
Goodness.
Yeah, it freaked me out. But
coming from the chat,
yes.
So we got some questions here.
Let's have them.
Have you heard of Bill Aldridge, the eyeball serial killer from Oak Cliff?
No, but if he's the eyeball serial killer, he probably took a lot of business away from us because he took the eyes away. No, I'd like to meet him.
So what are your thoughts on the UNT organ resale scandal?
Oh, that's
dude. There's a lot of stuff going on with that.
That's actually something I can't.
Okay, you can't talk about it. Okay, you can't talk about that.
HIPAA.
All right, yeah.
HIPAA.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's come out on that. They were doing water cremations water bath cremations, which is not legal in Texas.
Water bath cremation.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool actually, but it's not.
I think it should be legal.
It should be
because it's a better instead of putting hydrocarbons up in the air.
Oh, for the environment.
Yeah, it's better for the environment.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, she has another question.
Come on.
Let's see. How did you get into the field? Did it just happen, or is it something you wanted to do?
Okay, long story short, one of my best friends, Oscar. Do y'all know Oscar? Big, meaty, buff motherfucker, Oscar, pretty boy. You know, he used to come with me at OR sometimes.
Maybe.
Anyways, so him and like 5 other dudes I know were into it, and they were doing it for like 10 years. And I was always scared to do it. I was like, I can't handle the bodies. There's no way I can fucking touch dead bodies. And I was struggling, man. And one day he called me. He's like, hey, man, we're hiring. You want to do it? All right, fuck it. Let's do it. And it was it. That was it. Because you don't have to go to school for this. Everybody's dead. You're not going to, like, you know.
Hurt anybody.
Yeah. So you just learn how to do the cuts and take the things. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's part of the training is they know you're going to mess up sometimes, but now it's like, you know, riding a bike, it's nothing. But everybody that I know that was into it before me was just like me, off the street, just no training. And I stayed.
You look good. You look like you'd be good with a knife. Let's bring you on.
I have good shaving skills.
All right. Let's see. Your religion prohibits organ donation.
That is true up to your next of kin.
Okay.
Yes, and it unfortunately it does happen to the same ethnicities. It's always the same.
Okay. Yeah. It costs money to be an organ donor.
Not for the donor or the family.
Sweet.
Yeah. No.
Okay. You can't donate if you have tattoos or piercings.
That's incorrect.
All right.
Absolutely incorrect. You can't donate skin if we can't get a certain amount of square inches off your body. Like me, so I've got tattoos. You know, we all have tattoos, but my back isn't touched. So what we do is we cut shoulder to shoulder, all the way down to the butt and across, and it's just one big sheet of skin. That's enough to donate, and that will help. That right there will help 2 or 3 people, burn victims and stuff.
Do you think that's what Buffalo Bill was doing? He was trying to help burn victims and Silence Little Hymn.
He wasn't psycho. He just wanted to help.
Yeah, the lamps were the extra skin that was.
I do have a question. So there was an episode of Scrubs where they were like, oh, this lady's going to die. And she died, and they had all these organs, and they gave into the patients.
Were they in a bucket or something?
No. But everybody was like, it was like
they opened a fridge, there's a bunch of organs in there.
The organs were like being rejected by the bodies and was killing them. And it came to find out that she had rabies. Is that?
Lemonade.
What?
My phone decided to start reading off stuff. I don't know, that was weird.
Milk, lemonade around the corner. Just made.
But
this is an episode of Scrubs.
Is this is on an episode of Scrubs?
Yeah, I mean,
this seems a little heavy.
So if they're organ, they are tested in the hospital before the organ process starts.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of numbers and all this stuff, so they know beforehand. And so that means if there's something going on, they're not going to keep the organs alive to wait for the donation, because they can pass away and be on the machine keeping their organs alive for the surgeon to be ready. Mm-hmm. So if there's something wrong, then they won't. Yeah, because they have all the blood tests and all that stuff. So
because wasn't that another thing that was happening with COVID too? Like some of these organs, not like lungs or anything, but like they were infected with COVID. But it's like, well, we can treat the COVID. These organs are still good. Is that?
Yeah. That was at first, but that's why eventually they were just like, if it's respiratory anything, it doesn't matter what it is, just no.
Okay.
Because we didn't have the time to test because you have to test and then to see if they're going to keep the organ and all that other stuff and reject it. We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody needs a heart, we don't know if they're going to keep it because of COVID. There's no risk. It's infallible, man. It's not.
I heard that you have to die to donate.
I bet you could donate some things.
I do know you can donate actually kidney. I could donate a kidney.
But you can do like what I do, tissue. You could probably donate like if you're going to get your legs cut off, you could donate your femur or something as long as it's not diseased.
Okay.
You know,
I know that parts of liver can be removed.
Yeah, you can cut it in half.
Yeah. Maybe some skin if you had some extra skin that you need to get rid of or something. I wonder about those so there's people that go through like the extreme weight loss and they have all that extra skin.
I've thought about that, but
there's no elasticity to it.
No, there's like like a young child that you can't. I think it might be under 17. You can't donate skin because they're too tight. The skin's too tight. But if you're super overweight, they're too loose.
Too loose, yeah. You gotta get that. It's like
there's like a median thing right there.
It's like what's called Goldilocks. You
gotta
just gotta be just right.
Yeah,
you know?
we have bears in the OR that judge the skin for us.
It's a whole different type of bear, but. Being rich and famous moves you to the top of the transplant
Absolutely
list.
fucking not. No. No.
But being rich and famous does buy you black market stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe that.
I did read.
Buys an election.
It does, sure shit.
Except for in Wisconsin, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Thank God. There was a thing I read in like Men's Health. They're like ways to, if you're in a health crisis, ways that you can save yourself. And they were naming off countries that you can go to where you pay somebody like $50,000 for like somebody's livers or like something like
black market shit.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people used to. I mean, you could sell like your like a testicle. You could sell a kidney.
You can still do that
yeah.
actually for $50,000. That's actually a thing still.
Is it?
And it's legal.
God.
I don't need kids anymore. So
No, yeah, it's like take a boat.
It's a possibility there.
I'm gonna buy myself a nice fancy car.
Make me a eunuch.
Just put tennis balls in there.
Do diabetes, cancer, and other illnesses also exclude you from donation?
Cancer, yes.
Yeah.
Diabetes, no. Diabetes, you can donate your skin and your eye, your corneas.
If your corneas are good.
If your corneas are good, and you can, even if you have cataracts, you can still donate. If you have like the fake lens.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I know you know medical terms.
Yeah.
So, a fake lens is called non-phakic.
Non-fake.
And a real lens is called phakic.
That's funny.
It's crazy. It's weird as shit, man.
I hate the eyes.
Dude. Yeah.
It just scares me because
eyes freak you out?
Well, eyes freak me out because my girlfriend got LASIK done, and you have to get, I guess, the flap and all.
So I got LASIK done.
You did?
I got LASIK done, man. Like, dude, a long ass time ago. I actually have to wear glasses at night now. I got it a little bit
Like
too young.
when you drive? Like,
Yeah, like I get some starbursts and stuff like that from the lights, but it wasn't. That's not because of LASIK. I had astigmatism before, and they said like, I mean, you're gonna have astigmatism still,
Right.
so you might have some issues. It's not so bad, but I mean, other people I've heard horror stories where they've had
The LASIK?
it feels like they got sand in their eyes all the time and things like that.
fucking sucks, man.
But I don't know, man. It saved me a lot of money. I haven't had to have new glasses up until I got glasses, and that was almost like 15 years plus.
Damn, really?
Yeah, or maybe longer than that, actually.
Damn.
Probably looking at like 19, 20 years.
Jeez.
That was how long ago you had LASIK?
Yeah. Yeah, it's dude, it's had to be it has to be like maybe 18 years
I
ago.
didn't know they had LASIK.
18 years ago.
Yeah, I
That's
guess
how old we are.
Dude, it was like a cattle call.
Yeah.
It was weird. So I went in there and got my pre-screening. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're a good candidate. Cool, come back." And I came back and they gave me it was a room, a bunch of people. They do LASIK surgeries on these 2 days.
It was a bunch of
There's just a bunch of people there, like a shit ton of people, and they give you
like a Turkish hair flight.
They gave me They gave me an Valium.
Squid Game.
So they gave me a Valium to chill me out, half a Valium.
Yeah.
And then they put numbing drops in my eyes, and then right before I went back, they gave me the other half of Valium and said, "Put it under your tongue." So by the time I got back there, you could have taken, dude, you could have taken my whole eyeball out, handed it to me, and I've been cool. You know, it'd been fine. But you were in there, you lay down, they're like, stare at this light, don't move your eyes, blah, blah, they do the thing, and then you're out. I mean, it was like 10 minutes max.
That's like my grandpa when he had cataract surgery, so you're awake the whole time for that. And I was in the room with him, and they were like, okay, and they put the drop in, and they were just doing it, and I was just watching him. He's just talking to me in Spanish, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
I think I'll get a fake lens, though. Like, if it starts to get worse or whatever, maybe. I might go get a fake lens.
I have cataracts. I've actually had cataracts when I was 24. Dude.
Really?
I'm 44 this year in a couple weeks.
What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Your heart sucks and your eyes suck.
Being half white and Cherokee and all that shit, I don't know, but that's what I'm scared of. Is they have a drop now that can dissolve the cataract.
Really?
But I'm scared of that because they're like,
if it dissolves the cataract, what else does it dissolve?
Exactly.
You know?
Like I don't know.
It's like you put straight acid in your eyes.
That for me, like I've never had like surgery or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so all of that just freaks me the fuck out because like, well, what if they put me under and I don't wake up?
Yeah.
Or, you know, because I think that's what happened to one of my dad's godchildren. Like they put him under for surgery and he didn't wake up.
He woke up dead.
He woke up dead. He was like,
I got knocked out for my tooth being yanked out. So I mean, that was pretty cool.
Lucky.
It was a good. They had to. So I had a tooth pulled and then I had a crown pop off.
Okay.
And so I'm going through the whole implant stage where I have to put an implant. So I've got cadaver bone that they put in there. It's like cranial.
So the femurs and stuff I was telling you about, they take it and grind it down. They sterilize it, bleach it, grind it down to a powder, and it literally looks like baking powder. It's just baking powder. And then they make a mold out of whatever you need, and then that's the cast, and boom.
So what additive do they use to harden it? Like what are they?
I don't know.
He doesn't do that.
That's 3 or 4 steps down past what I do.
I don't know, man. It was weird. It was like this. They said like you might feel some granulated stuff in your mouth, as it comes out of the socket.
Like right away.
The
first couple months or something.
The first couple days, and then it hardens up and clears up.
Trips me out.
So yeah, I mean, y'all. I don't know either one of y'all know this. So my uncle, he passed away several years ago now, but he was one of the oldest living recipients of a heart transplant in the state of Texas.
Like he was. The oldest one or one of the first ones to get it?
One of the longest living recipients.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He got a heart transplant, I want to say it was in like 93. And
when did he pass?
And maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so he lived a long time with minimal complications. I mean, he went into near rejection a couple of times, was taken care of pretty well.
Wow.
And, lived a long time. What got him was he had carotid arteries, got plaque built up.
Yeah.
And they went in there to clear him out, and through a clot, had a massive stroke.
They didn't have him on Plavix?
He was on some stuff, but he was on a blood thinner, but it was it just
Damn. Well, that must have been a super young heart though.
he's 17-year-old girl.
That's How old was he when he got it? Do you remember?
He was probably late 50s.
Oh, so yeah. So that was a real good heart then, man. Ooh, okay.
Got a real good heart, 17-year-old. He used to tell a story. So I asked him if he ever wanted to meet the donor's parents or family,
possible,
and he said no. He's like, I didn't want to do that because then they want to like feel you because it's like it's part and then all that attachment and whatnot. But
I can talk about that too if you want.
He used to joke. He used to have this joke though. He would talk to anybody and everybody and tell them about his heart. He was really proud about this thing, right? But he had this joke. He's like, I got the 17-year-old girl's heart, and man, every once in a while I catch myself trying to sneak out of my house, and I have this love for shopping now. And I'm just like, man, yeah. But he had a massive heart attack, and this is before they had LVAD devices. So he had this massive heart attack.
93.
Probably a couple years before that, he was in. He had a really low ejection fraction. So he has this big heart attack. He ended up having to do bypass surgery. But it shot his heart. Like he just
the bypass.
No, his heart attack caused the issues. He ended up having bypass as well.
Oh, man.
So it was a heart attack that led him to the bypass.
Jeez.
So they didn't go in there and find that he had congested or had clogged arteries or anything. They found that out after he had this massive heart attack. I believe it was an LAD, like a complete LAD occlusion. So it's the LAD is your the main artery, what they call the widowmaker.
And you know what? And for him to last that long, because in the 90s, the medication to the non-rejection medication,
dude, it was harsh on him.
Yeah, and it's primitive compared to what we have now.
Yeah,
so for him to last that long, dude, I'm really proud.
It's crazy. So I remember him early on. He, dude, he swelled up like a balloon because of all the steroids and all that stuff. And then got him on some good medicine, and then he started looking normal again. And
exercising and doing all that.
Never had any issues, man. He never had any issues after that until like right after you have. Any massive heart surgery, you shouldn't fly anyways. But altitude changes. But like for commercial pilots, they have to be in like tip-top health, and so he couldn't fly. Yeah, he couldn't fly anymore.
We've got another question. Chet, do you do this at a hospital or other facility?
So where I started here in Fort Worth, they have a facility, their own. We had our own ORs. We do work sometimes at the ME's office. Sometimes we do at hospitals, and normally if we do it at a hospital. So Oregon will do it in a regular Oregon operating room because you have to have a surgeon, and there's a whole team in there, and then the surgeon's ready, and once he calls the death, the timer starts, and then that happens. If we're in the hospital, my team, like the tissue team, will go in after Oregon's done, and we'll do it in there. If they're not an Oregon patient, most of the time it's down at the complete bottom of the hospital in the lower depths of hell in there. But it just depends on funeral home arrangements, if you have some or not, if the chaplain at the hospital will release the body or not. There's a whole mix of things in there, but it just depends. Every scenario is different, seriously.
So do you think this was a good move for you?
As far as what?
Yeah, getting into like not really have any direction whenever you were like
like
work wise and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because at the time the money's great. And unfortunately, we're the only species on the planet that has to pay to live in it. So
yeah, ain't that the fucking
yeah, but no bullshit. If I could do this like as a charity or something, I absolutely would.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I'm here, because I believe in this so much, man. You know, and I don't have like I'm doing this because my cousin has an organ transplant. Like, I don't have a story like that. Like, the only story I had of that is actually a really horrible story. So I do this because I love it so much. You know, I help even like I don't really do organs, but what I do take of the tissue, it helps save people lives too, mentally sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
sure, yeah.
So yes, it was great.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man.
How long did it take for you whenever you started? Did you feel like any like unease whenever you're starting this out?
The first week.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. My oldest daughter was 8 at the time. The first week, I had a dream I was doing it to her, that I was cutting her up.
Oh, that's wild.
And I woke up in a cold sweat, and I was crying like a fucking baby.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking. And 2 days later, I got my first check. And I was like, I'm over that. It's okay now. But yeah, it was surreal, man. When I told you about that guy that drowned.
Yeah.
Seeing my first case, that was my first case. I was like, oh my God, dude. But yeah.
And you get to travel all sorts of places, right?
Well, the company I work for now, yeah, I do like contract work now. So I do work 1099 work.
Yeah.
But there's 3 banks here in town, and there's a couple in Austin and Houston and San Antonio. So yeah. But I travel to states. Like, I spent half a year in Minnesota and 6 months in California last year, and yeah, it was cool, man. So I hope to travel.
So opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Javier's checking the sound.
Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit.
It's breaking up.
Is it me?
No.
It's
It could just be the feed.
It's all the ghosts of the people that I've cut up.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. All right.
Yes.
So we've covered all that.
Okay.
Now, I want to get into something that is near and dear to your heart, obviously.
Can I get some statistics?
Yeah, go for that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Before we get into the Rangers,
Yeah.
Let's see. I do have a couple of statistics.
Give us your statistics.
One of the reasons I'm here. So
Okay, yes.
okay, so every 9 minutes, someone's added to the list.
Okay.
That's just in Texas. That's not nationwide. Okay.
Okay.
So every 9 minutes, somebody's told you need a life-saving organ. That's the bad thing. Also, 17 people die every day in Texas waiting on a list. That's why we're trying to recruit so much. So 17 people every day die.
Why are you looking at me? Am I going to die?
We were discussing this. So I'm an organ donor. He's not. But we were talking about the misconception of like, well, they won't save you. You know, if something happens, they're just going to let you die so they can get your organs.
Okay. So even if you're not an organ donor, and let's say you're just going to donate tissue, right? So remember I was talking about your skin.
Yeah.
So let's say there's a burn victim of a 5-year-old kid. Your skin could save that kid's life.
I would totally do that. I think
you can stipulate. You can say, all I want to do is donate my corneas. All I want to do is donate this. You can say that too, okay? But even if you're registered, you need to know. This is another thing everybody needs to know. Even if you're registered, we will still contact your next of kin for legal reasons, because there's been cases where families will come up and say, "Oh, we didn't let them." It's not, So we will contact your next of kin. That's always going to happen. And then if you haven't signed it, they can decide what they want you to donate to. So if you have a plan, you can tell them, hey, if this happens, I want this, this, and this. That's it.
Yeah.
So you can stipulate what it is too. So there's always going to be precautions that we're going to take to make sure we honor the body, whatever.
I'll ask my mom and see what she wants taken out of me. Oh, I'm saying this like I'm going to for everybody.
What can she take out of me? Okay, so 107,000 are on the national waiting list. And that's so
nationwide.
But if you take that plus the 9 minutes somebody's added every day, that number shoots up all the time. Okay, 10,000 Texans right now, currently as of today, are on the waiting list. Again, not including the 9.
10,000? Oh wow.
Okay, and I told this earlier. 44% of adults in Texas are not registered. So if you're old enough to donate, please register. I'm a registered because I feel like I'm a hypocrite if I don't.
Yeah, you're over there cutting on people. But like,
Yeah,
joke's on you. You're not gonna get my shit.
Like my wife doesn't want to do it. She's in it too. I got her in it too, and she doesn't want to do it. And I'm just like, well, they're gonna call next of kin, so
No, I'm gonna say it's okay.
you know.
Who's got power of attorney? No, I mean, hearing the facts. I mean, my big thing. Me and Tim talked about it before you got here. Was like, well, they're gonna not take care of you as well.
No.
If you're close to like.
But I think that maybe like years and years ago, whenever organ donation probably first kind of started. So it's interesting because we were talking about this at work, and I have a coworker who's originally from Mexico City, and then I have another coworker who is Hispanic as well, and they were both like, yeah, we're not gonna be organ donors because they just let brown people die.
What the fuck? No.
And I'm like,
I'm a brown people.
I was like, I don't think that is accurate. Now,
not at all. No.
Now maybe because the government did all sorts of fucked up shit like way back. You know,
Tuskegee. Yeah.
Well, don't get me started.
Right. We're not gonna get started on that tonight. That'll be a whole nother episode. But I don't think that's the case now because you have ethics committees and all that stuff, and everything's really under scrutiny when it comes to the hospital systems in general.
Yeah. No, it will go back to the next of kin or religion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. And there are precautions, like if something happens and it's not the next of kin or something, then there are repercussions and stuff like that, and companies can lose their license and credibility and all that shit. So there are. Yeah. And HIPAA's, well, there's no more. What did he take away? OSHA. He took away OSHA, right?
He took away OSHA.
Okay, so
HIPAA's just the.
It's the protection of privacy.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually gone. That's part.
Is
of
it? No, no way.
He took that away too. I'm pretty sure the companies that I know and work for still follow those industry standards.
Yeah.
So because it's about integrity, you know, and we like to make sure that everything's honoring the donor from when they get in our hands to when we hand them off. So, you know.
Let's see. I think a good question.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Do you think that with the current administration's Health and Human Services cutbacks, that this will be significant? That this will be significantly impacted?
Yes, because of the OSHA standard.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, treat this as if this was your grandma. Do you want your grandma being chopped up in a carne asada, or do you want her? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you need to do.
I mean, I do the same thing whenever I was teaching new people on the ambulance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing where people get pissed off because they have to work. It's weird. It's like you show up to work, and you're mad because you have to work.
Yeah.
And
you know what you signed up for.
I'm always like, you can take it out on yourself, you can take it on your partner, you can take it out on whatever, but don't take it out on the patient. Treat the patient with respect. Yeah. They called you for service. They call you're going out there to take care of this. They want to donate their tissue or whatever. The family wants to donate their tissue because they want to give back.
Yes.
Treat the person with dignity.
Yes.
Right.
If somebody's acting like they're doing this because it's a paycheck, I will call their ass out. I'm serious. I will call their ass out because it's not okay.
Yeah.
Humility wise, sorry, I'm splundered. All those other words.
Yeah,
ethically, empathy, all that shit. It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's just fucking not okay. And
it's like you said. It's like what if it's your abuela?
Yeah.
And you're not just going to go in there and just go chop happy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
So. Trying to think of
any other chat questions, whatever. That's why I'm here. We can talk about.
Your wife says, "I wish he would."
Hi, baby.
I think that covers all that, though. I mean, it's good. Like I said, I've been an organ donor since I was able to be an organ donor.
And you deal with a lot because of what you do, so you see it all the time.
Yeah, and if and I've got I've got a personal story that goes along with it and everything. So if I can give back to somebody, even though I don't think you want my heart at this point, man, I got hypertension and all that stuff, but you can take my tendons. You can take my.
We do.
You can take ligaments from me. That's fine.
You want me to tell you what we take? I can tell you what we take.
Yeah, tell me what you take.
Okay, so I can take corneas, your skin. Let's see, humerus. Let's see, the two bones here. What are they called? I don't remember. Radius ulna.
The radius. Yeah.
So your hemipelvis, tib, fib, femur, Achilles. We take the. What do we take, baby? Help me out. Sometimes we take the cartilage right here.
Yeah.
I will take a heart if it's a cardiac death.
Okay.
Because you have the three that come up here like this, right? So these three will save 3 babies.
Oh, really?
Like we could take a baby's heart's about that big.
Yeah.
That heart will save 3 other babies. I'm saying. and a bunch of tendons.
Yeah.
Do those? How many?
As long as they try to be at least 3 centimeters, and that's good for a graft.
So at the top of your heart, just kind of rough talk about it. You have your aorta that comes up and off, and it has an aortic arch, and then it's got basically 3 bifurcations that come off.
That's what I take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's taking those aortas, the parts of the aorta that goes into this. Yeah.
Metachlorians.
And when we put it back together, last thing.
Yeah.
So we do our best we'll put prosthetics inside, wooden prosthetics inside.
I gotcha.
And we'll try to make it look natural, and then try to make a stitch sewing back up all the way back up so it looks as natural as possible in the casket. And we try to be as respectful as we can that way too.
Well, you have to understand. So I've got a friend of mine who he was a paramedic for a long time, and then he still is, but he also went to mortuary school too because he wanted to learn to be a funeral home director. I was like, dude, that's crazy. But I mean, it's needed. It's a needed service.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, once y'all are done with the person, they're gonna get them and they're gonna make them.
Trick question, because I can tell you stories of what I've seen. Holmes.
I'm very I don't want to ask that question because like I usually check the medical examiner's website.
I've seen some shit.
So I've heard, and maybe you don't know this, but if you don't use it, you lose it.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense for organ donation.
It does.
If you don't use it, you lose it, and not only do you lose it, that the patient loses.
The patient loses it too. So what is it? DonateLifeTexas.org is where you sign up, please. And if you have any questions, you can contact me, Queso Blanco 81 at Instagram. And that's all I do, really. I have a TikTok, but I've never posted anything. I just retweet hateful stuff about who.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right. So you, outside of doing the tissue and all that stuff, right? You are clearly an avid Rangers fan.
I am the biggest you'll ever know.
Yeah, because. All right. For those that are going to be listening to us that can't see on, because they're not going to watch us because you don't like watching us on YouTube, which I don't blame you. We're all ugly. Kevin here's got
self-deprecating.
Kevin here's got multiple Ranger-oriented tattoos. He's got you got the trophy.
I've got the trophy with the Peagle because the Peagle was the first year we had the Peagle, so Power of the Peagle.
Dude, I like the Peagle.
That was an 8-hour tattoo right there.
That's beautiful. I think that's a very nice
Panther City tattoo.
Oh yeah! Right. Shout out to them. They did our podcast tattoo. So.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
So you got that. You got the final scoreboard.
I have the final scoreboard with his quote, "Rangers fans, you're not dreaming," and then he signed it. And he was like, "Why in the hell do you want to sign that?" I was like, "Cause I've listened to you my whole life, and you called the game, bro." And he took a picture before and after I had it.
I saw that. I loved it.
This game was this whole thing was really important to you, and I think it's because
you're chills
because your dad, right?
Oh, I got that too.
Was it
my grandpa?
Your grandpa.
My grandpa. So I don't follow another sport. Like honest to God, don't give a shit about any other sport. College. Nothing. I do baseball all year. Like in high school, I lettered all 4 years in all sports to keep in shape for baseball. Like it was. So I'm
baseball
emotional here.
Yeah, man.
I waited 42 years for this shit.
Yeah,
literally. I still have scars on my legs from the bleachers.
Dude, I remember I think I went to one game before they tore that down.
Yeah. He took me on my 21st birthday. We met Pudge that day. It was the last game he went to before he was healthy and able to. But yeah, that was our bond, and so I've never had a championship in my life.
Yeah, so
I don't have one.
So this whole thing's, I mean, it's not just so all the tattoos and everything, all the Ranger stuff. That's not just a tribute to the Rangers themselves, but it's a tribute to your granddad.
My oldest daughter's named after Nolan. Her name's Ray Lynn. His first name is Lynn.
Okay.
And our 3-year-old's named after Beltray. Her name's Adrian.
Hell yeah.
And actually at the All-Star game, have you seen my Facebook picture? It was me and my wife with him. So we were first in line to meet him, and we got to tell him. And me and my wife were just, I'm getting emotional. We were bawling, dude. And we told him, and he was like, "Are you serious?" Like, yeah. And he, shook my hand and whatever. And the creepy thing was, so her name is Camilla Jade, her middle name.
Yeah.
One of his daughter's name is Camilla, and we didn't know.
No fucking.
We didn't fucking know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then when we told him, that's when he was like, Are you serious? Yeah, we didn't know. And when we found out her name, we both got chills. Like I'm getting chills now.
That's
like,
wild.
Holy
man.
shit, dude. Yeah. So yeah, it was.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's my identity.
Yeah.
It is now.
I mean, this one was also special because we lived through that heartbreak in 2010 and 2011.
October 27th, 2010 was when we went to the World Series. And then the worst day in Game 6 was the worst day in team history. And it's all gone now.
It is. It wipes everything. It wipes. And I don't know if, like, I left early because I didn't want to jinx. I was at the poorhouse when they moved to 7th Street to watch.
Oh, goddamn.
And so I left there early. So
You talking about 2011?
2011.
Oh, yeah.
I left early so I can go be at home and watch, we were going to win. Yeah. And I got an alert from CNN that said, Texas Rangers win the World Series. It wasn't right after.
And then
the fucking.
I would have broke my phone. I would have broke my fucking phone.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I still have pictures. I have video from being at work at T-Mobile because I was still there at the time. We were watching and listening. That entire series we would watch at work too. Yeah. And we didn't give a fuck about the customers.
No.
We're just like, no.
And the customers shouldn't have gave a fuck.
Hell no. What are you doing here? Why aren't you watching this game?
I'm really superstitious like that. So okay, no bullshit. The only playoff game that I watched was the Astros game where Altuve went off and they came back. That was the only game I watched, and that was because I was in Minnesota. I was doing everything I could. It's a baseball town. I was at a bar and I walked in and they had it on the fucking screen. I was like, "Fuck! I'm already here. I'm gonna eat dinner," and I'm watching it and I'm fucking cousin. And the bartender keeps condolences, man, condolences. I didn't watch any of the World Series. I didn't watch anything.
Really?
I don't know. The last two games, I was in my man cave and my wife was screaming and yelling and shit. And then I think it was the last game. We went up in the 7th inning. I think somebody hit a home run. Was it Corey Seager? Somebody hit a home run in the 7th inning, and she came, babe. I said, are we winning? She said, yeah. I said, let's go. She said, what are you talking about? I said, let's go to Academy. But it's not over. Let's go to Academy. It's done. It's over with. It's over with. And then when we got there, I was listening to the radio, and that's when Semien hit that 3-run homer, and I wanted to go streaking, dude. Yeah. I was like, it was cold as shit. I don't know. Yeah.
So it's a superstitious thing for you. You're not gonna, like, we're in the World Series. You're not gonna watch it.
Well, it depends on what I did the first game.
Okay. Yeah.
Of the playoffs.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, dude. I'm real baseball.
No, dude, I understand.
I mean, the only game I didn't watch that entire playoff run was Game 6 against Houston. I didn't watch because Game 5. We lost Game 5.
That's the game I'm talking about that I watched.
Yeah.
When they came back.
Game 6.
No, Game 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Goddamn.
Like I was so angry. I was like, if I watch, we're gonna lose.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah.
I was at a party and they had it on, and
we were at
Terra.
Oh no, but that was the World Series Game 2. That was Game 2 of the World Series.
Right.
We lost by
and we lost, and I was like, I don't need to watch this anymore because I felt it was because I was watching it.
I know.
Because I've had these times where. So I like the Mavs. Well, I don't like the Mavs now. Yeah. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I'm mad at Nico too.
That's a whole nother story. Anyways, but I like the Mavs. I liked the Mavs, and I was enjoying watching them. But I turned the TV on, and all of a sudden we were doing good. The previous games, and this game that I decided to watch, we're just sucking so bad. So then I don't want to watch it because I feel like as long as I don't watch it, we're going to do okay.
No, yeah.
I have that whole Silver Linings playbook thing where it's like, okay, you got to sit right here, and
dude,
2011, I was on my couch, and if we scored a home run, I did not move until we got outs or didn't score an inning or something. I did not fucking move on my couch. Yeah.
Asking, are you talking about the Astros postseason game when the bench is cleared?
Oh, whenever they hit a dolly?
When all they did was wake up the Astros?
Yeah.
No, it was fucking deuce. No, it wasn't that game.
I drove all the way down to I drove down to Houston.
Okay.
To eat at an old school Pizza Hut buffet.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was the old school building.
Yeah, okay.
They still had a buffet.
Yeah.
Found out they only do it on the Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So we get down there
for lunch or something?
it's a Saturday, and
okay.
So you had to order pizza. But we went down there for that, and then the Rangers would also play in the Astros, and so we went and saw the Rangers play down there.
I haven't been yet.
Fucking I like the stadium. The stadium's beautiful. It's great. You're sitting like where we sat at. You're looking out these big windows that overlooks downtown. Like
it does.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the stadium's great.
Yeah, I've never been.
the Astro fans.
I don't think you'd ever want to go. Right?
I used to hate the Yankees because of their fans.
Yeah.
But the Astro fans are the worst fucking fans. You know why? Because all of a sudden for 10 years they were good, and before that they weren't shit. So now they're all fuck no,
like name me a couple pictures from like '98.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like the whole silver boot thing.
Yeah.
We won the silver boot almost every year until they started getting good. Like, yeah, and no, fuck the Astros. Man.
But I will say, I mean, dude, it's a beautiful stadium. Like it really is.
Is it comparable to ours? That's what.
So I haven't been to ours yet.
Oh,
yes,
we're going.
I'm going. Yeah, we got
at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, I have actually. I have a ticket.
We're going for.
I have an extra ticket Friday.
We're doing man, I gotta work Friday. We're doing Glizzy. We're doing a Glizzy day.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go get a Glizzy ticket.
Is it like $1 hot dog?
They're giving Glizzy hats.
Yeah,
it's a
giveaway.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It says Glizzy.
I did see those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I got tickets for that, and I got tickets for because I'm also a Stars fan, and I'm doing Stars night because I want to get that jersey. That jersey's fucking sick.
I got the Peagle jersey last year. Oh my god.
The Stars jersey?
Yeah.
The new, the one they're releasing this year is
it's white. It's the cream. This one's the cream with the TX this year.
Dude, I swear to God, did you get any rings from last year?
I have all.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. This was the first year I got every giveaway I wanted to get ever. It was the first year I ever did. I've got a whole fucking shelf at the house, dude. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
We got, this is going to be our 4th year going on Mexican Heritage Night where we get the jersey.
Dude, the jersey last year was bad.
I want to go this year. I like this year's jersey better, I think.
I haven't seen it.
Is it the multicolor one this year?
Man, I have to pull it up.
But like I have all three. I think the first year I got was like red. The second was like a black, but the material was pretty bad. But the one from last year
was like gold, right?
Yeah, gold trim with a black with gold trim.
Yeah.
Is it Texas?
Yes.
That thing was so fucking baller.
And you know what's badass about the giveaway jerseys now? They were better than those shitty Nike jerseys that the players were wearing last year. You know that shit?
That's ridiculous.
That's what I heard.
So on my World Series thing, so I bought a patch of a 1 square foot patch of turf, the outfield turf, because they change them every 2 years.
Yeah.
So it says on there, this was an All-Star game. This was a World Series. Also. So I actually bought a trophy from a company, I don't remember what it's called, Bradford Exchange or something like that, whatever. It's I've got that on there like that with a Bochy ring and a season ticket holder ring, and then Corey Seager's bobblehead where he's screaming. That's that's my centerpiece of the World Series thing there, dude. And I had flags on the front of my house, and the fat heads, right?
Yeah.
So I bought these big ass fat heads, and I put them on my car window, dude. Like, they're not supposed to go in your car window, but I took over my fucking whole. Yeah, dude. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't need to see anything.
I still got my flag. I haven't unfurled. I want to put it in my garage, but
World Series one?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I have no room to put it anywhere.
Unfortunately, they fade because I went to California last year for work, and I came back and they were like TCU purple, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It sucks. They're like $35. I gotta replace it, but yeah.
On the group chat, let's see. After the news broke in 2017, I cannot fucking be around them minus one friend. I guess we're talking about
2017.
I can't.
So that's the Glizzy hat.
That's fucking dumb.
That's the Glizzy hat. Yeah, the Glizzy hat's good.
Oh yeah.
So Gladys, she's a Dodgers fan, and so obviously
like the
year.
Oh, 2017. I see now. Okay.
Yeah.
Condolences, but it's okay because y'all have like 3 or 4 rings, and y'all have Ohtani. So
you got the best lineup in baseball right now.
And one of the best rotations, and still have Kershaw, who won't fucking retire.
This is his last contract. I think this is going to be his last 2 years.
Scherzer's got to retire, dude. I thought he should retire last year, but it's okay.
He can still get a check though.
No, dude. He still makes a shit ton of money from the Nationals, bro.
Yeah.
I actually got to see him pitch. Okay, long story short, he's one of my favorite pitchers ever. And every time his contract year came up, I was like, we got to get him. And it never fucking happened, right? So we got him 2023. I was all happy. We traded for him. When I was in Minnesota, I planned one of my work trips because the Rangers were there, and I got to see him fucking pitch. My only time I ever saw him pitch was a win that day, and I was like, fuck yes. I got to see my favorite pitcher pitch, man. It was great.
That's awesome.
It was so great, man. And Chapman, I love Chapman too. I've always liked Chapman. He was there. He closed the game out, throwing 103. God damn, it was great, man.
And now we're doing good. This season's been. We've only got 2 losses. I know the other night it was 14-3.
Yeah, because De La Cruz has one of them tornado bats, man.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get this change. It's going to be
I kind of like it.
That's serape.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I'm down for that.
I kind of want to get that.
My old lady's gonna like that. Yeah. Man.
I feel like I shouldn't wear it though because I'm culturally appropriating or whatever.
You
but
have
you know,
the molestache ticket.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
My wife was like, "Who's gonna be there?" I was like, "Well, you'll see Javier and Tim." And she said, "Tim said, yeah, he'll have the molestache. You'll know which one he is."
Yeah, the Asian Heritage Night one looks pretty good too.
Does it come with chopsticks?
No, dude, but it's got a big old snake on the back of it. That's pretty sick.
That's some Cobra Kai shit.
Yeah, I like
That's
it. I like it.
You're the. I would fucking. Now I need to go through and check and see which of these is sold out or not because whenever we go to the Mexican Heritage Night, we always go with a group of Ranger fans that have been going for like the longest time, and they always get these tickets always like
the Mexican Heritage Night. Is that also the I should know this, is that also the extra ticket you got to buy, like a theme night ticket?
You have to buy the theme.
Those are the things I don't get because I can always find those on Second Market for most of the time pretty cheap, you know. So like this year I don't ever get the Whataburger jersey, but Burger is the jersey they're using.
Oh yeah,
so that's fucking happening.
Yeah. Speaking of which, one of the funniest names of a player is Jake Burger.
Jake Burger. If his nickname isn't Cheese, it's an astonishing travesty to our English language.
And Whataburger better like pick him up as a sponsor.
And every time he hits a home run, like if it's a single home run, he should be he hit a burger. Double cheeseburger, triple cheeseburger, you know.
They should be doing a giveaway for like if he hits, you know.
Yeah, if he hits a home run in the sixth, you get a double cheeseburger.
Player on like the Miami Heat, every time he scores, his name is like Timmy something.
Timmy.
Yeah,
do they do that?
They do that. And people were like, "That we don't know if that's right or not. I don't know how."
If he scores 50, you get a free handicap wheelchair rental.
Oh my god!
The stream what?
Our stream keeps dropping. I'm gonna work on that. Y'all keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So dildos and assholes.
Dildos and assholes. There should. What's that? What's that song? Was it George Strait that sings it? Guitars and Cadillacs?
No, that's Dwight Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam.
He didn't write it, but that's
It should be dildos and dinosaurs. Something funny.
Dildos
like
and Cadillacs. Slap her in her ass. Oh.
So speaking of which, like I know this is going to be. We'll link
audio.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm naked.
We just can't be racist.
Really?
No, I mean,
you can lead the country.
Absolutely. You can like lie, cheat, and steal. Like if Eddie Guerrero was still alive, then he would probably run for president and win. But yeah, no, I think baseball has gotten better. Last year wasn't so good because of all the injuries.
For us? Yeah, it was really bad. We've actually had worse years in injuries, but yeah, last year was World Series hangover or not.
Yeah.
If you have that many injuries, you're not gonna do anything. No. You're not gonna go anywhere. So, you know.
I mean, the same thing, and the season I love talking about is the 2009 season.
Yeah.
And I love that season because we had a chance. That final game, I think, was against the Red Sox. We were supposed to win the last game of the season, and they had us like
I think so.
we were supposed to win to make the playoffs, and
09, right? I think it was them or the Mariners, I think.
But we were supposed to win against the Red Sox in order to make it in. And we just had such a good squad, and they were saying, well, this next year, this Rangers team has a chance to make it.
That was right before Josh Hamilton blew up. Like, he was here, but it was before he became our Babe Ruth. Like, yeah.
And then that 2010 was a magical season. We went the way and the stadium is a great sign of that winning that.
The Temple, man.
Dude.
There needs to be a documentary about that year because that's the year that Tom Hicks, fucking douches bag ever, sold the team. He lost the team and the league owned it. And then it went to auction downtown Fort Worth, and Mark Cuban and Nolan Ryan are going back and forth till 4 o'clock in the morning bidding on the fucking team. Like, why is there not a documentary about this shit? I was following this shit on Twitter back then because there was reporters in there. They were seriously going back and forth to buy the Rangers. Can you imagine if Mark Cuban owned the fucking Rangers, dude? We'd have moved to Dallas. And I would have not been a fan anymore.
Yeah, it'd been wild. Yeah. You
know, but it was Tom Hicks, Josh Hamilton going through his shit. You know, there was injuries that year too. That was a crazy fucking year, dude.
Do you remember the old ballpark? Whenever not the first one, but the
Temple. Yeah.
Do you remember whenever there was those guys that fell from like one of the balconies?
That was Josh Hamilton caught a ball, and that guy was a fireman. And there's actually there's a statue of him at the ballpark. Right?
Yeah. So there was
he
two
threw a ball.
There was two of them. There's two people. There's two people that fell.
Oh, the same time?
No, different times.
There was two people.
Yeah, one person died who was a fireman.
That's the guy I'm thinking about.
Yep.
I actually met Josh Hamilton the day after that happened.
Yeah, so there was one dude that died that was a firefighter. The other person that fell was also a firefighter.
Like in the same kind of
Same
spot?
type of situation, kind of. Not drunk. Something I can't remember what he wasn't reaching for a ball.
Yeah.
It was something else. Anyways.
The same year?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So he fell. And whenever he fell like 30 feet.
Yeah.
He lived. I know the guy.
You know the dude?
Yeah, I know the dude. Anyways, so here's what's crazy is that so this guy falls, he dies, or not falls and dies, but he falls, gets injured, all that stuff. So it was caught on camera by the other team.
Do you remember who was playing?
I cannot remember. But the other teams got it on camera, on film. After he got out of the hospital, everything was okay. He was brought up to the ballpark. Him and the guys from his shift came up there with him. He was able to watch it as many times as he wanted to.
The film of him falling?
Yep. And then that was it. That film's gone. Like
oh, no shit?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
So it happened to be caught on their cameras or whatever that they were. Yeah. It wasn't caught by any feed like ESPN or anything like that.
So you think there's no copy of this anywhere?
No. Unless somebody happened to be filming it or something or whatever. Anyways.
Well, what year was that?
Dude, I'd have to look.
It would be too grainy if it was a camera phone. It would be
it would.
Yeah.
The quality wouldn't have been. It
So-
wasn't.
Samsung flip phone.
Yeah, maybe.
What year was that? It had to be.
It was 2010. It was 2010 or 11 is when it was.
So he's out fishing one day after this happens. Like he's better and everything's good and like life's good. And he gets a phone call, and he answers. He doesn't recognize the number. He answers phone number, and he's like, "Hey, so and so, this is Nolan Ryan." He's like,
"Shut your mouth."
So he was like, "No, it's not," and hung up on him.
That's a good impression, son. That's what I'd have said.
Like hung up on him, like straight up hung up on him. He calls him back. He's like, "No, this is actually Nolan Ryan."
It is Nolan Ryan.
And yeah, so while Nolan still was really involved in the team, he actually had. So he was given lifetime tickets.
I was gonna say, did he get season tickets or something?
Dude, like for life, sitting like down by where basically where George W. goes to sit.
Where Nolan would sit, basically?
down in that area.
Damn, that's really good. I wonder if they transferred to the team.
Dude, I don't think they did.
No?
Yeah, I don't think they did, but
Holy, because I know they compensated for that other guy's funeral and they paid for his son's college or some shit like it. They hooked him up, man. So, are there any Ranger questions? I'd like to answer some Ranger questions.
Is there any Ranger questions?
I can't.
yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
So a male fan fell off the club level in section 235 onto the lower deck.
Oh yeah,
so that was
a
him.
long
Yeah.
fall, man. Ooh.
So he hit this like he said he what he remembered whenever he remembered falling, everything got real silent before he hit.
Oh wow!
Like the adrenaline, whatever. He remembers that. He just remembers this loud pop, which was the like whenever he came off, he tried to grab the cable or whatever,
pull it out,
and it just the cable popped. Like it just made a real loud sound. Ooh. But yeah. So it was just wild that he Nolan Ryan calls him up and.
That's fucking dope, dude.
But it's funny, he hung up on Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I would have passed. I mean, but think about it. If somebody says they're Nolan Ryan, you're not going to be like, okay, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd have been the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure, shit. Gary, fuck you.
Fucking liar.
You don't even know Gary. You're just like, okay, Gary. Yeah.
All right, so I've got a question for you.
Whatever.
So, what makes Rangers fans different from the other Texas sports fans?
Before 2023, it was the... Okay, I'm not trying to be a dick. But you know how it's been 30 years for the Cowboys? Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine going through that, never having a championship ever for the team. Times infinity.
Right.
Because, well, like people for me who don't follow another sport. This kind of fucked up. What I say most Ranger fans are fair weather fans that always root for the Cowboys no matter what. Those fans that you're 2-10 and we're still going to the Super Bowl, those are most of the fans that are Rangers fans. That's one of the things I think is different. The other thing is, this is not a baseball town. It's really not.
It's not.
It's not. Even with the World Series and shit, blah blah blah. Like the Cowboys suck this year, but this Cowboys still going.
Dude, you look at like Chicago, Wrigley Field.
Oh yeah,
I mean that dude,
gorgeous
baseball town.
Baseball town. I went there.
Same thing like the Yankees. I mean, I hate the Yankees, but New York. That's
New York, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was in Minneapolis. Baseball. If you're a Rangers fan here, you're a Rangers fan. but you also like everything else. That's the thing.
Sure.
There are Cubs fans like me that fuck every other sport. It's Cubs. That's it. That's your life, and that's
Yeah.
There's not my best friend Eddie. What's up, Eddie? He's like me. We don't like anything else. It's that's it. But there's not a lot of people like us. So Ranger fans are few and far between that are diehard fucking just bummer. So that's what's different. It's because of the Cowboys is what's different, and it sucks.
I think the group that we're friends with, like they're pretty old. They're in their like late 50s.
I was gonna say, don't say my age.
They're in their late 50s, like early 60s. I think. I want to say, I don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah. And one of them is one of them is she is what is that for Fort Worth ISD? She's one of the council members. Her family.
Super Nintendo
Chalmers. But they're fucking diehard. Yeah. They go every year and they go to as many games as they can.
Yeah.
Every theme night that they can go to, and I just like. You're right. If you're a fan, if you're an actual fan, that's it.
That's it.
You don't care about any. You don't care about the Cowboys. You don't care about the Stars, like the Mavericks.
Not being a Cowboy fan, being from here is one of the hardest fucking things I've had to deal with, because I've actually had girlfriends where their family found out I hated the Cowboys, and they were telling them, "You better leave him. Like for real. You need to leave him alone." Because he doesn't like Cowboys. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's like a cult, dude.
It is. It really is.
I tried to get our friend group to, all right, this year for football, we all commit to a different team. Can't be Kansas City, because it can't be any team that went to the Super Bowl, so
Bengals, Browns.
No. You can you can go for the ones that been to the Super Bowl. I'm just talking about no Kansas City, and what's it? Dude, why is my mind blank?
Cowboys.
Who they played? Who Kansas City played?
The Eagles.
Oh, fuck the Eagles. I mean, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
Philly.
no Kansas City, no Eagles, right?
Fucking Philly.
All right, you got to pick a fresh team.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Say dick in my mouth.
Yeah.
You did.
My dick in their mouth. Sorry.
My
dick in their mouth.
You had to pick a fresh team. You had to pick a fresh team for this year. You're going to commit fully. You're going to buy the merch. You're going to follow the team. You are going to commit for this year, right?
Okay.
And this motherfucker's like, I can't do it,
dude.
I can't do it.
I was spoiled, man.
Sacrilegious.
I was fucking spoiled. Yeah. We got 3 championships.
Dude, exactly. I was alive for that shit. And even back then, I didn't like football, but I was like, man.
But we've been abused. If you're a Cowboys fan, you've been abused this entire time by Jerry Jones, and it's time to basically tell the dude, fuck off.
The old saying of Jerry the GM needs to fire, Jerry the boss needs to fire Jerry the GM, or some shit like that.
Like my first sports cry was NFC Championship '94.
Green Bay.
No, San
Francisco.
San Fran.
Oh yeah, that was a good game.
That was my first fucking cry, sports cry.
Yeah.
And
so you're like 10 years younger than me, right? You're 34, 35?
39.
To 39? Okay, so about 5 years. So yeah. Okay.
So I mean, that was my first memory. Like, was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the only reason I remember is because they had the blue and silver M&Ms, and I was like, "This is cool. Let's watch this game." And so that was the first football game that I ever saw. Was that Super Bowl?
Yeah, because of the M&Ms.
Yes. That's funny. And like after that, I was like, boom, got to get the fucking starter jacket. Like, got it. Man. And I still remember Super Bowl 30 when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I remember the school was like putting banners up, like we were put. I wrote "The boys are back in the bowl" and shit like that. Yeah. Looking back, fuck me, right? Fuck myself.
Yeah. So I'm on Football Talk, I'm going to commit to the old cheeseheads.
Okay.
Yeah. Jordan Love's a good quarterback.
Yeah, I'm gonna commit to them. We go basketball real quick. I'm not a fan of the Mavs anymore.
I don't think anybody is.
No one's a fan of the Mavs anymore.
And you know what sucks? What's really stupid is why did they traded Luka and then raised the fucking prices? What the dumb shit?
You're going backwards.
I'm not even a fan, and I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. He's averaging a triple-double. Yeah. He averages a triple-double, and you're going to trade him for eyebrows?
Yeah, it was stupid.
I said this 3 years ago that he was going to go to the Lakers. Like whenever he signed his Supermax contract.
Because Mark would have paid the Supermax.
Fuck yeah, he would have.
He wouldn't even waited for him to ask him. He would have been like, "Hey, here your contract's ready. You ready to sign it?" Yeah. No, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. You're good. So I just said I'm trying to convince him, just commit to another team this year.
I'm not. If I'm gonna look, Gladys says Raiders.
Okay,
Raiders.
go Raiders.
I mean, but Oakland or LA.
Yeah.
It depends on how far back you go.
Oakland, L.A., or now Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
I mean, if you're gonna be real, you got to be Oakland, right?
Yeah. You got to be. You got to be Ice Cube. Raiders.
You got to be. Yeah, absolutely.
So funny story. When I was growing up, you reminded me of your Super Bowl story. The first NBA team I ever knew of was the Celtics because of growing up in the '90s watching Cheers with my mom. I'm serious.
Yeah.
And so I followed the Celtics all the way up until I was almost.
So so if it's not the Mavs, it's the Celtics.
Yeah, yeah, and also no bullshit. The Red Sox, the same fucking reason. Because Sam Malone, man.
I'm a Larry Bird fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're not. I mean, you love baseball. Baseball's your whole thing. I would implore you to watch. There's a documentary on HBO, and it's about Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Yeah,
yes.
It's fucking great.
No, I know other sports.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, but just the trash talking.
Big Doc. Oh man,
Larry Bird and he could back it up. That was the thing is he could trash talk and back it up.
Dude, he was better at that than Iverson and Dennis Rodman. 100%. Dude. Oh my God,
Dennis Rodman couldn't back it up. Like he was good, but like he didn't have the gumption that you had with Larry Bird.
No, he had the elbows. Though.
Yeah, he sure did.
He averaged like a half a point a game and made millions and millions.
I met Dennis Rodman one time. Yeah.
Dress or no dress?
Dress. 100% dress.
No bullshit?
No bullshit. 100% dress with two other people that were in dresses.
Okay.
That were just as tall and just as big as he is.
But they weren't players. They just
They were out and it was in Vegas. I was at went to Las Vegas. It was my first time going to Las Vegas. We were staying at Treasure Island. Okay. I think he owned a club that was at Treasure Island, and that's why he was there or something. Anyways, I'm walking through the thing and I look and I'm like, holy shit, you're Dennis Rodman. He just kind of looks at me. He's like, yeah, I am. And that was our that was a bunch of interaction. Yeah. But he smiled at me. He said, yeah, and he just walked up. But he's a full on fucking drag.
No shit.
Oh yeah, dude,
yeah. That was his MO, man. Okay, so I have a question. Then, who's the most famous people y'all have ever met? Like, legitimately met.
Dude, legitimately met.
And actually had like not a conversation, but just you actually spoke to them for not, and this doesn't include going to a concert and paying to get backstage and all that this bullshit. Like, no.
Well, we know.
I'm not going to say Kanye because it's.
I remember that.
But I mean, that's probably like one of the more famous people you met.
Yeah, and that was. Where was it cheaper than dirt? Where was it at?
Oh, Defender Outdoors over there by where I work on University and.
That's okay. Range. Okay, yeah.
But Donald Glover, because I actually had a conversation with him.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, and I was drunk. And it was at the Bud Light Hotel. Anthony invited me to a Super Bowl, the Bud Light Hotel Super Bowl
when the Super Bowl was here.
Yeah.
Oh God, I have a story about that.
Dude, I can't think of
I'm like Forrest Gump, dude.
Bro, what a week that was.
I used to work security at the stadium, and that was my last game I worked was the Super Bowl.
No shit.
One of the worst fucking days of my life.
I imagine.
Yes,
it
was like
a nightmare.
21-hour day.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That was the only week I could drive drunk. That's the only week. Oh, you fucking Tammy. Here we go. That was the only week you could drive drunk and get away with it. Because
there was no cops anywhere, bro.
And it was ice. You could just blame it on the
everywhere.
I actually got in a wreck like 2 days before Super Bowl because this dude T-boned me. He went to a stop and then he just kept going and just boom and hit me like this.
Dude, that was like every night that week because I was still going to TCC. Ooh, excuse me.
I'm trying to think, man. Though I can't. Like, I met Dennis Rodman. Just a quick conversation. I met the lead singer of the Toadies a bunch of times.
Oh, that dude's cool as shit. I see him at the Rodeo Goat all the time. He loves it.
Really?
Yeah, he loves that place. Dude.
He's gotten old, man. He's gotten old.
Yeah.
He still rocks it out though.
Yeah, he does. He does. But no, that was because I was on ESPN every day that week.
Yeah.
I was on TV.
Oh,
every
downtown.
day that week. Yeah.
That's kick ass, dude. Yeah. That's fucking kick ass.
They set up shots behind me.
No shit.
They
fuck yeah.
Because I had that big red obnoxious cowboy hat, foam cowboy hat.
I didn't know you had one.
And they were giving them away.
Oh no shit.
I was in the very front.
Like is it the NFC? Because that's their NFC color, like red or.
I don't remember how I got it, but
Budweiser.
I do remember it was huge.
Yeah.
I have the picture, and I took pictures with a bunch of people on ESPN. And I had Michelle Beadle sign the back of my phone, and there's pictures of her like, I don't want to sign your phone, like I'm going to use it. But every day that week I was on TV.
That's fucking kick-ass, dude. On ESPN?
On
That's
ESPN.
fucking kick-ass, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to, like when I tell you I'm not going to include Super Bowl because I was there working, and my entrance was a celebrity entrance, so I touched a bunch of people and stuff. So I'm not going to count that because it was violating.
Man, I can't think of...
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj?
Yeah. I didn't know who she was at the time.
I would smell her.
Dude, I can't think of
Oh,
anybody.
no, that's weird. I don't want to smell anybody.
I can't think of anybody, man. I can't think of a single person.
There's got to be
head.
somebody.
There has to be. I mean,
Like-
Ed Tutel Jones. I met him.
That's big. That's big time.
Yeah, I met Ed.
No fun.
I actually had a conversation with. Dude, I actually met him at Best Buy.
Oh no shit.
He was doing a book signing. It was weird when we sold books there. So I met Ed.
What the fuck? We sold books there?
Yeah, dude.
Did you meet Kelly Clarkson whenever she went over there?
No.
I didn't meet her. I saw her.
Met
Pat Green. I saw Pat Green there.
dude. I met Sean Patrick Flannery.
Who's that?
From
Boondock Saints. He was
Which
not
one is
Norman Reedus. The opposite of Norman Reedus. Sean Patrick Flannery. Dude,
Again, you're the guy from that thing that I know.
yeah, I'm trying to think of maybe. I mean, it was still like a little just conversation. Tough Hedeman, met him.
Oh, Tough? Old Tough?
I've met
Oh,
Tough.
yeah, I know that guy. Isn't he like 5'4"? He's like
He's not a real. I mean, most bull riders are pretty short.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not a real big guy.
Center.
Cody Lambert, famous bull rider,
Steve
established PBR. Met him. Yeah, I mean, I met those random people.
Actually, Super Bowl, I didn't meet him, but I saw Screech. I used to work at Target down that one on 7th.
Yeah.
Dustin Diamond.
Yeah, that was
R.I.P.
I think that was like 2 or 3 months before he died.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he was out there drunk. Like he was walking in our parking lot drunk, and I was security, and they were telling me go. I was like, "That's Screech. I'm not going to tell Screech to leave."
Hell no, you tell him.
dude. I was like, "Go
Let
Screech."
him be fucking drunk.
With this big old porn diggler dick. You know, he's a porn star.
God damn.
Fucking third leg.
It's still out there. Let's see. Different sports question. Do y'all think the FIFA may pull out of the World Cup being hosted in the U.S.?
All I know is I heard pull out, and I don't know what that is.
I'm going to say no because
I think it's too much money.
Infantino, the guy who runs FIFA now, we got the Club World Cup happening, I think at the end of the year, and old Trumpy boy's got the trophy sitting in his office next to that goddamn shitty, I was going to say Bank of America, Gulf of America picture he's got.
The Declaration of what is it?
The Declaration.
He thinks. I bet you he thinks it's the real one. I swear to God, that's why he's got a drapes over it.
They got a movie named what's that? What National Treasure? And this is from the movie National Treasure. Nicolas Cage stole it, and I have it here in my office.
What am FIFA? I don't know. It's not baseball.
It's
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, no. So I mean, you've met him. Yeah. What's the? You said Nicki Minaj, but what?
Well, okay. Well, I had to frisk people in the Super Bowl, and that was one. I didn't know who the fuck she was. I'm still not attracted to her.
Man, what's that in your ass? It's,
well, this guy, another guy that was working with him, he came. You know who the fuck that was? I was like, no, this is Nicki Minaj. Like I was looking at him like a cow looking at a new gate. Like, He's like Nicki Minaj. He kept saying it like I know who the fuck she is. He kept saying her name. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is, dude. I'm sorry. And then I turn around and Jason Witten's right there. And I'm like, okay, but.
I mean, I've met the guys for they're RIP, but Dime and Vinny for Pantera.
Okay, I have actually that's one of mine. I have a story. It's a lifelong story. It's great.
But I mean, just met the what's his face, Jarrett Reddick from
Bowling for Soup.
From Bowling for Soup.
That's the big dude, right?
Yeah,
the big dude.
Yeah,
he's cool.
He's
cool
lead singer. Yeah, met him several times now. But yeah, I mean, you know, some other bands and stuff. Like I didn't pay to meet them. They just
right.
You know. I played pool with the guys from Yellow Card.
Okay,
back
that
in
counts.
the day,
That counts, dude.
But it was random. Like we were. So I was at the Ridgely Theater, and Yellow Card was they just released their very first album. It was before Ocean Avenue and all that.
Is this Best Buy days?
It had to be because Ocean Avenue came out in like 03.
Yeah, probably. It was around that time. Okay. I was at the Ridgely with one of my buddies, RIP Zach King, and he liked to play pool, so we were playing pool up there, and these guys wanted to play doubles, so we were playing, and we didn't know who they were, and then we were there for another band, and then out comes two of the guys from Yellow Card.
And you knew their you recognize their faces and shit.
I didn't know it. Not then. I had no idea who they were.
Yeah,
had no idea. We weren't there for Yellow Card, who was opening, who was headlining that. We were there for another band, and just happened to be playing with them.
Like I don't know their music. Or whatever, but if somebody told me, I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. It's a famous band, you know. Your music's
weird.
Probably shitty, but I don't know." Okay, so I have a couple, more than a couple, but so Pantera. I went to junior high in Arlington, and this is back when Cowboys from Hell had just come out, their first album.
Yeah,
and
like 91-ish.
91, 92, yeah. So we used to play Pencil Break. Y'all remember Pencil Break?
Fuck yeah. I fuck with Pencil Break.
Okay, so we used to play Pencil Break in the front of the school, and we would all get there like 30, 40 minutes before school to fucking play pencil break. And we would go to Toys R Us to buy the expensive pencils, the Pentec pencils. Okay, anyways, long story short, we're outside playing, and I'll never forget because it's school picture day, and my dumb fuck ass has I don't know if y'all remember the Brooks and Dunn flame shirt.
Yes.
I had that fucking shit on, getting ready for pictures, right, and playing pencil break, right, and then we hear this fucking loud ass fucking music coming, right, and there's this single short bed Chevy that's blaring fucking metal music. We don't know who the fuck it is, and it's 4 dudes all bearded out and shit, and Dimebag, I didn't know it was Dimebag at the time, he's out of the truck and he's got his camera. He's like, yeah, motherfucker, fuck yeah, fuck school, fuck the vice principal. You're like, yeah. Okay, so he walked up to us and he came out and he was shaking our hands and shit. And we don't know who the fuck he is, right? A week later, that video was on MTV. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's me. Holy shit. And you can see my gay ass Brooks and Dunn shirt with fucking pencils and shit, right? So that was one. The second one was the next two are kind of weird because they're kind of the same scenario, which is really weird when you hear it. So the first one was Paul Rodriguez, the comedian.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Big fan of his son.
Who's his son?
It's Paul Rodriguez Jr. He's a skater.
Anyways, so I don't. You're probably too young to remember Desperados. It was a bar club.
I do remember Desperados. I never
off of 360.
Yeah, I was too young for that. So I think it's Cowboy. It turned to Cowboys.
No, Cowboys is down the street on Pioneer Parkway.
Okay.
So this was basically the Billy Bob's of Tejano music. It was the same size, almost. Anyways. So he did a show in town, and he was there on Thursday nights was Wine Me Dine Me 6 to 9 night. And for minors, it didn't count because we couldn't drink. But he was there, and I was like, holy shit, it's Paul Rodriguez. And I went to the bathroom, and I ended up peeing next to Paul Rodriguez. And I'm like, oh, shit, I don't want him to think I'm looking at his dick. Yeah. So we go up to the sink, and I'm, watching. And before he can wash his hand, this one dude walks in. He's like, holy shit, and he stuck his hand. Hi, he's like, I just touched my dick, man. You want to shake my hand? He's like, fuck yeah, I want to shake. And then we went outside, and I made sure to like let him see me wash my hands, And I walked over there, I was like, hey, I don't want to be a dick, draw attention to myself. How you doing? He was like, thank you for being cool, man. He bought me a drink. It was cool as shit, dude. Yeah. So the second one was Juan Gonzalez.
Oh man,
his second stint here when we had Enar Diaz as the catcher that replaced Pudge. That's my first sports card when Mo Vaughn broke Pudge's thumb. I don't remember that. Remember how the next year Pudge won that championship with the Marlins?
Oh, with the Marlins, yeah.
Okay, that was my first sports cry because Mo Vaughn broke his thumb, and Tom Hicks was like, well, he ain't going to do shit no more. It's going to get rid of him. And he traded him. That was my first sports cry when he won the championship. Anyways, so we got our ass handed to us by the Yankees, and I was in a pool hall in Arlington. I don't remember the fucking name of it. It was just me and 2 other dudes, and Juan and Enar Diaz and their handler or whatever the fuck. And he walks in and I'm like, oh my God, there's Juan Gonzalez. And my friend's like, yeah. I was like, and I said, that motherfucker struck out 3 times a night, goddamn. So we're waiting, and I'm getting my liquid courage in, and he goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm going in, dude. I'm going in, bro. And my friend was like, no, dude. I was like, fuck that, I'm going in, dude. So I walked up and I'm peeing next to him. I looked up at him and what happened tonight, bro? Seriously, what happened? He's like, they got to go fishing, man. They got to go fishing. Thanks for coming to the game. And then that was it, man. That was my,
That'd have been cool shit, though.
Peed next to 2 celebrities, man.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, man. I didn't look at it, though. I wanted to.
I would have.
I wanted to.
Let me see what you got.
Yeah, let me see what you got.
You might have been disappointed, though.
I could have, man, but, steroids.
Yeah. True.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're coming up to a close here. I do want to say that we missed an opportunity. All right,
let's do it.
All right, Gulf of Mexico. It should still be Gulf of Mexico, but we could have called it Gulf of Cum.
Yes, because Canada, United States.
No,
Mexico,
Cuba, United States, and Mexico, because Cuba's part of it faces part of the Gulf.
Yeah. Well, you've never seen the meme of Canada, United States, Mexico. That spells cum.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Okay.
We missed out though. We missed out on opportunity there.
Okay. I mean, it's just we only.
It can still be changed. It can still be changed.
We only control 20 nautical miles out from the coast, so he can't do it anyway.
That's true, but let's petition for it. Gulf of Cum. That's the only one that I wanted. If it was going to change anything, Gulf of Cum.
Only if we can stand on the Gulf on the beach and just all ejaculate at one time, all the men. Then go
or women,
kind of like what was it?
If you want to,
What's the one where they had the hands across America where you?
Yeah.
Well, and it's jizz.
So you do the guy next to you.
Jizz across America.
It's what is it? A Dutch rudder?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
no. You control their arms.
Yeah, but you don't bend the arm. Okay. You guys just reminded me. So the last time I was here, I have to ask a question before you go.
Okay, yeah.
I had a question I was going to ask you guys. It was a scenario. Okay. So
50,000.
This is a good way to close out.
you can have the physique you want.
All right.
Greek god body.
Dude, mine's a fat dude, you know, that's just eating all the cake.
You know, Pringles canned dick, whatever the fuck you want, right?
All right.
You can eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want, literally do whatever you want to your body. You will never get sick. You can live as long as you want, whatever the fuck, right? But once a year, randomly, you have to be pulled into a room and 10 dudes. You don't touch them. Hold on. You don't touch them. You don't do anything to them. But they shoot straight in your mouth. It doesn't go anywhere else but your open mouth. And it has to land in your mouth and you have to swallow. Again, you never touch them. You never fucking touch. You just baby bird it.
Can I just ask you real quick? Is this a situation where I have to hold it in my mouth?
You have to swallow.
No. But I mean, like, do I have to wait until all 10 dudes?
Yes.
And then
you have to
swallow all at
it's
once?
basically a tongue bukkake. And it has to sit there and bubble up.
Oh man.
Until it's all there, and then but it's just once a year. You don't know when it's going to happen, so you don't have to anticipate it.
What if it's December 31st and then January 1st? And you get two boatloads of coming. God forbid that they drink a lot of water.
If one starts on this year and the other finishes on this year, you're good. But you can have any physique you want.
Man, I don't know. I don't think it's.
Fuck it. I'll do it.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean,
it's good protein. You're going to need the protein.
I've seen videos like that. It does not look fun.
It's good shiny coat.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how I feel about
I had that question when I was on here last time, and when I got home, I was like, fuck, I didn't answer it.
I'm surprised you actually you held on to that long.
Well, y'all reminded me.
God damn, I think my mom's watching.
My wife's watching. Sorry, babe.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So we had Kevin on.
Thanks for having me, guys. Remember,
thanks for coming on.
DonateLifeTexas.org.
Abel.
Please. Abel Casillas. Go to my link in my bio. I'll have one. He's in the hospital, Abel Casillas, for Squeezewax Bandits, so we got to help him out.
And we will link that in our Instagram page.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't talk about it. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So I'm glad I remembered.
Thank you.
Also, we are on all social media platforms at The Funky Panther. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, OnlyFans. What else? But also, we got a phone number. Tim, what is that phone number?
I don't know.
I would have
817-677-0408. Again, that's 817-677-0408. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on
for having me, man. I love you guys.
And again, man, it's been too long since you've been here, so we're glad to have you on.
Hey, I have a question.
Chad, shut the fuck up.
What is it?
What gets you going?
Oh, wait. Hold on, wait. Oh, my God. We forgot to do this. Turn the music down. Okay.
Yes.
So.
Oh, yeah. We got one more thing.
We got one more.
Was that a drop?
That was a drop. Okay. We got a lot of good.
Question.
Okay.
What is it? What is it, Chad?
What's that robot?
If you were going to be on one TV show, what would it be? Mine would be The Cosby Show for obvious reasons.
Wow. Drew Carey Show.
Chad, how dare you? You just wanted to.
All right. So we got one thing we got to talk. Yeah, we got to.
Whatever. Let's do it.
Okay.
Real quick.
So
I got all the time.
I got to pull this.
Okay.
Up.
Yeah, pull it up.
Quick.
All right. So
Keep talking.
we went to Casper High School. Javier and I did.
Yes,
we grew up over here. And our buddy Sam, he wanted to be on, and we're like, dude, we already got something going on. We got Kevin coming on.
Dude.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was a last minute thing, but he has a special event that's happening, and it's kind of a gala fundraiser situation. It's going to be at this really fancy country club. And Javier is going to read it.
Yeah, it's going to be April 11th at 6 p.m. at the Ridgely Country Club. Private donations to the foundation benefit students and teachers by supporting activities not funded by tax dollars. Nice. The foundation's initiative, Teaching Grants, allow teachers to take a more creative approach to education and dream bigger. Student scholarships are awarded annually to help ensure that Castleberry ISD graduates continue their path to success, even after they leave the district. Grants and scholarship recipients are chosen carefully by our volunteer board of directors and community partners on an anonymous basis to ensure every student, teacher, or staff member is judged by merit. This is a really good thing that they're doing for the students because, I mean, look.
Do you think I qualify?
No, you've already graduated.
I've
We're actually 20
been out
years.
for a while.
You've been out for a while. But we're going to link everything to our bio. If you have a chance to donate, we'll post a link on Instagram. But the event's going to be April 11th. Tickets are on sale now. You can go to my.onecause.com if I can find the other stuff that's in there. But look up Castleberry Education Foundation 2025 Golden Gala. Again, it's at the Ridgely Country Club. It's for a good cause, and please help the kids out.
I actually
Castleberry High
prefer the
School.
Ridgely Crunchy Club.
Crunchy Club.
The
Crunchy Club's even better.
Yeah, and if you can't donate, retweet, repost it,
Repost, please.
retwizzle, whatever.
And that's for this, and same thing for little GoFundMe fundraiser for Abel Casillas.
I'll post something about it.
Yeah, so if you don't know, we've had Abel on Squeezebox Bandits. He's a front man.
Puts on a
he
great
is the
show.
Squeezebox man himself, and he's going to need a little bit of help because obviously while you're in the hospital, you can't. You can't make a living if you're a touring musician. So.
And that's his only job. That's his career. He actually does it for a living. Like
he hustles, man.
Yeah. So thanks.
All right, so we're gonna throw this back up.
You guys are sexy and the nipples are great.
Thank you so much, Kevin, man. We love you. Thank you for coming on. And again, find us everywhere. We'll link those stuff in the bio. And we love you guys. Thanks again for listening and watching. I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
I'm Kevin.
And we are
the Funky
Panther.
Death to Nazis.